Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Cat Ninjas. I welcome you back to the lecture on the reinforcement. We are doing the last mile lectures on reinforcement. Sure, I think it's helping some of you to revise your content and fine tune your approaches for some of the question types which are popularly kind of asked. And technically, this particular series is aimed at Yeah, the series is technically aimed at revision, and especially from the perspective of about 90 to 100 percentile, more to do with 95 plus percentile kind of. That is what we are kind of looking to attempt through this particular series. Yeah, good evening, Ashutosh. Good evening. Good evening. So, as you guys join in, let me quickly introduce myself. I'm Belvi Srinivas. I've been working in the test prep industry for the last 14 years, that's since 2007. And I worked in various capacities, both as the trainer as well as on the management side of it, the designing the courses, the contents, and the pedagogy. Yeah, so I also would during that point in time develop some good skills to train the students, especially in the areas of QA, DI, and LR. That's briefly about me. And this slide, this cap, you can capture where all kind of I have some experience there. If you'd like to interface and interface, if you'd like to ask few questions, seek some guidance, you can hop onto this particular Telegram channel. Surely, and I will be able to help you out through this. Not only there are many students out here on the Telegram channel. Certainly, they will chip in wherever it is required, and if it were required that I need to chip in, certainly, right, I would be out here. Yeah, that's pretty much about how you can reach out to me. Hi, hello, good evening, Mr. Manpreet. Good evening. Yeah, cool. That's how we can go about this. And yes, so I think most of you are taking the mocks. And in case your slot comes around 12:30 in the afternoon slot, I strongly suggest that you can attempt the free mock, that is day after tomorrow on 14th. I rather suggest you write the mocks in your designated time slots, which is very, very important at this point in time, about 2 weeks leading up to the CAT. Take all your mocks as much as possible in your designated time slots because you need to peak your mind during that point in time. And running around that, you may have to change your sleep cycles, all that. Try and ensure that, okay, you kind of bring those changes as soon as possible leading up to 2 weeks into this. Yeah, that's pretty much about this. Yeah, so this is the second lecture on arithmetic. Nowhere really related with the first lecture. You don't have to really draw parallels with the first lecture and the second lecture. It's a second lecture on arithmetic. We did one lecture on algebra yesterday. The day before yesterday, we did an arithmetic here. We are trying to attempt the second lecture out here. So as we did the first lecture, some of you can confirm, shall we do it in the same fashion? Because arithmetic being one of your favorite areas, should I allow some 2 minutes for you to reflect on that particular question? I'm sure most of you would answer the arithmetic once because arithmetic is most of the test takers' favorite. I'm not saying that everybody's favorite. Most of the test taker prefer arithmetic. Most of the test takers prefer arithmetic. You got to give me that, hey, if you are looking at the approach one is 1 minute reflection time. And then you will solve it along with me. Or the approach 2 is 2 minutes of reflection time. There is no approach 3 because 2 is what I can best give on the arithmetic questions. We should be able to do it in about 2 minutes. Yeah, some questions do require between 2 and 3 minutes. I'm not denying that particular fact, but because of want of time, right? Because of want of time, I may not be really willing to give you beyond 2 minutes, right? Yeah, so therefore those who I know some questions might require beyond 2 minutes. Okay, yeah, but then you have a choice between these two, approach 1 and approach 2. You want little more reflection time, a little bit of thought, and then you want to move your pencil a little bit, write down what is the first step that you are going to approach. You want to take down, because always the first step, the leading up to the first step is very, very important. If you want to note down what should be your first step, am I approaching in the right direction? You might require 1 or 2 minutes. Just quickly let me know whoever is out here. So whether you would like to go with the approach 1 and approach 2. Ashutosh, I got your point. Yeah. I got your point. Don't worry. It is not about the quantity. It's not just about the quantity. It is about the qualitative aspect as well. So we need to balance between the quantity and quality. Don't worry. I got your point. Let's go with others. What others say here? Yeah, Chinmay, Manpreet, Chetan, Sahil. Okay, Chetan. Okay, I got it. Quickly. Why don't you type it? Approach 1, approach 2. How much of reflection time you want? Once you read the question, how much time you want to think and process, write couple of lines, or just at least the opening sentence, how you want to approach it, how much time do you require, 1, 2. So based on that, we will continue on this. You already have the experience with respect to one algebra lecture and one arithmetic lecture. Go ahead, put it in the chat quickly. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, I'm watching. Sahil, Chinmay, Palak, I'm watching. Others, put it in your preference. I'm asking you. That's it. I will make the decision. Preference you can let me know. Right? Yeah. Preference you may let me know. What's your preference? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So I got about six responses, and most of it is skewed 6-7 responses. Okay, most of you are suggesting that we will go with 2 minutes approach. Fair enough. Let's start with 2 minutes. In case all in between today's lecture, if it is required to revert, we will take a decision. Otherwise, in the future lectures, we will try and do that. Fine. On this note, let's get started. Keep your book ready. Keep your pen ready. Keep your book and pen ready. Yeah, no offenses meant to others. Preet and Ashutosh, you were in favor of 1 minute. That's all right. We will go by majority, right? We are in a democracy. We'll go by majority. That's it. Yeah, no offenses meant. Don't take it to the heart, which means you don't switch off your mind after 1 minute. I said 1 minute, the next 1 minute I'm not going to work. That's not the attitude. It's all right. It's all right. We have to be flexible, a little fluid in nature. Okay, keep your book, keep your pen ready. Let's get started. Let's start with a couple of warm-up questions to start with. Yeah, we start with where we kind of stopped, and then today we'll explore a little bit on percentages as well. Yeah, go ahead. One of the important types, how do we approach this? Yeah. For the warm-up questions, 2 minutes is much time. Try and answer everyone. Yeah, well, guys. Okay. Are you guys there? Are you guys there? Is it really taking time, or are you guys there? First confirm. Are you guys there? Hello? Because I felt that at least I received some answers. Is there a lag? Is there an issue? Are you guys around? Yeah? Okay, you are there. Sahil is here. Chinmay is there. Palak. Okay, stop solving. Let me know first. Are you around here? Yeah? Okay, Muskan, Ashutosh. Okay. Are you around here? Okay. Is there any cricket match going on? No lag, right? No lag. All right. Very good, Chinmay. Very good. Very good. Is there any cricket match going on? What is it? Ashutosh says yes. What is it? Quickly put it in the type. I mean, like, if anyone knows, yes, okay. 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 So are you toggling between these two? That is my next question. Point is, okay, after 2 minutes anyway, sir will come. Meanwhile, we will watch something. Anyway, all right now. So India is not here, right? So I thought, like, if anybody India or somebody is playing, they shouldn't really matter, right? It shouldn't really matter. So if anybody has switched on the two windows you have kept open, 50% of window, the match is running, in another 50%, the lecture is running, shut down one window, right? Shut down one window. Which window? Choice is yours. You can shut down the lecture window or you can shut down the other window. If you are already working on one window, stay like that. Stay like that. Just in case if you are keeping that 50-50 window, we keep it, right? Sometimes, like the Windows gives us that option, or Mac also gives that option where you can split the screen. On one screen something is going on, the other screen is something is going on. Therefore, when I give 2 minutes, it doesn't make much sense because you are watching other side of the screen for 2 minutes. Don't do that. Only one screen, one window should be there. In fact, no other tab should be open there. Cool? Yeah. If anybody is keeping two windows open, split windows, close it right now. Yeah. Close it right now if there is any split window. Yeah, I get such thoughts sometimes. Because I also do sometimes. Okay, why do I get such thoughts? I have done it. Right? Not in the lecture. For whatever the processes, we have done it. For good, bad, ugly, we have done it. I do it for a good reason. But I extended that, okay, some people may misuse that as well, right? Some people may misuse that as well. I do it for a good reason. I keep a reference material, on the other side I'll be working. That's how I split it, because I just keep that formula or reference one on one side, and on the other side I'll be working on that. That's how I use the split screen. But the point is, the same split screen can be used for different reasons as well. That's my point. All right, that's my point. Okay, nevertheless, that's fine. Cool. So Chinmay said that these numbers seems to be in AP. Fantastic. How to solve them? These are derived equations. When I'm not asking you what is the cost of one apple, what is the cost of one banana, what is the cost of one chiku, right? When I'm asking this 1, 1, 1, it is the derived equation. I never find what is the cost of an apple. Not possible. I would never find what is the cost of each banana, what is the cost of one chiku. It is not possible, right? Instead, we will find it together. This is called as the part of derived equation. There are multiple ways. In one of the lectures in the past, I spoke about derived equations. Nevertheless, I will just touch it because derived equation should be top of our mind, because it's important. Derived equation is important. What is derived equations? When do we use them? When the number of variables are more than number of equations. Number of variables are more than number of equations. That falls under the derived equation category. There are multiple things under derived equation category. In one of the lectures, I spoke about 2 or 3 things there. Nevertheless, as a part of quick revision closer to the CAT, let's quickly take a look at this. One of the important ones here is what? The numbers being in AP. Let's say that 3A, price of each apple is A, price of each banana is B, and the price of each chiku is C. Hey, how much is this? This is costing this man 90 rupees. If you look at these coefficients, they are in AP. As Chinmay observed it rightly, the coefficients are in AP. It's a very typical form of the derived equation. One of the types. You may say that, hey, should they be in AP? No, man. No. We have done the high school. The derived equation, the coefficients need not be in AP. Right? Yeah. Okay. Therefore, all it is becoming, it is becoming this 90. Okay. Second one. Let's take a look at one. 10 apples. Okay. 10A. 4 chikus, right under chiku, 4C. 7 bananas, right here, 7B. Which is also equal to how much? Which is equal to how much? 64. Now these are also in AP, right? One of them is increasing AP. The other one is a decreasing AP. This method that I am teaching you works provided one of them is an increasing AP, the other one is in a decreasing AP, right? And you find this in CAT, XAT, IIFT. You find these kind of one of these models in the derived equation. I'm not saying that this year we will see it, but we kind of see that. All right. Now what do I do? Now what is the common difference of the second series? The common difference of the second series mod. I'm writing mod. Hey, what is the common difference? 3, right? Mod. Magnitude is what matters. The sign doesn't matter to me. Okay. Hey, what is the common difference of the first series? 5. Multiply by the reverse common difference. In the sense, go to the first equation, Go to the first equation, multiply this by 3. Why 3? Because the common difference of the second equation is 3. And then go to the second equation, multiply this whole thing by 5. Why 5? The common difference of the first one is 5. And then do what? Simply add them, you get the answer. Just do this and add them, you get the answer. What do you mean? Let's quickly understand this. A 3 times 9, 5 10 times 50. Therefore, you are saying that this has become 59a. Add them, just add these propositions. That's the approach. Okay, second one. So 8 3 times 24, 7 5 times 35, 35 plus 24, which becomes 29b, 59b. All right, 59b. Similarly, the next one becomes 59c, which also would be finally equal to 3 times of 90, that is 270, 5 times of 64, which becomes 320, which is technically 590. Therefore, one apple, one banana, one chiku cost 10 rupees. Each one cost 10 rupees. Okay, so what I meant that, hey, don't neglect derived equation. When does the derived equation comes in the play? Whenever the number of variables are greater than number of equations, think immediately that it's a matter of derived equations. There are 3 to 4 models in derived equations. Take each one of them. This is one of the popular models among the 3 to 4 models. Okay, precisely if I have to number it, 4 models come in CAT, XAT or IIFT, out of which this is one of the important models. Okay, all good? Are we good to go to the next one? Okay, I left that onus on you. I said that there are 4 models on derived equation. Figure out. Figure out means what? You know from your study by now. You know your study from now. Go ahead and revise them. That's my point. Okay, Avya, you are saying that all of them. I already did a video on that. You might have to go back to that. I don't remember which lecture. I've already done it. If I do that, that will take 30 minutes. Right? That was a separate lecture. Take that up, because here what we are doing is we are trying to finish the whole thing in about 2 weeks time, as much as we could, right? Yeah, that's the whole thing that I'm trying to do. So that's a purpose of this particular series. So let's stick to the purpose of the series. Yeah. All right, here we come. Take another 2 minutes. By now you would have warmed up. Take 2 minutes, read meticulously. Read carefully about this question. All are CAT replica questions. Read carefully. Rasul, these are all methods you learnt in the high school, and the proofs also exist, right? I just quickly revised it, Mr. Rasul. There are 4 types of derived equation kinds you learn in the high school. This is one of them. Just to remind you that CAT gives questions on these kind of derived equations where number of variables are more than number of equations. That is CAT's favorite. Yeah, this is one of them. Go to the basics of derived equations. You can Google and go to the document on basics of derived equations. Please read through, Rasul. That's how you learn further. Okay. Full method will be there. Try it out there. I just gave a hint how you can get the all types. Just Google it as derived equations and get to the basics. In case you are not aware, you thought that you came across this first time. Okay, all right, fine. Let's take a look, my friend. So what is this? There are active partners, there are passive partners. There are 2 people who invested money, that is P and Q has invested the money. R is the one who is managing this particular business. So naturally, CAT generally gives the questions on active and passive partners, right? Generally, the active and the passive, that's what they do, so that it becomes little critical question. Never they will make all the partners being active. Generally, more often than not, there will be active and passive partners. the critical sentences. They always squeeze in the sentences which are kind of critical when they want to create the level 2 kind of question, so that like most of them get confused with those particular words being used there, and that is what precisely you see in this particular CAT question as well. So let's take a look at that. Hey, what is that? All right, what is that I am referring to? Let's try and understand this. At the end of the first year, the business made a certain profit and they agreed to share it as follows. So what is that they are trying to say? Raswin is what? The one who is managing this particular business. Therefore, I'm reading from here. Raswin would be paid a salary which is 14.28% of the profit that remains after paying Raswin his salary. Now, focus only on this particular statement. Let's assume that Raswin's salary is going to be X, salary paid to Raswin. I'm just saying that salary of Raswin, let us call it as X. Salary of Raswin is X. Total profit is P. Total profit is P. In this venture, the total profit is P and the salary is going to be X. So what is this particular statement means? The statement means that X is equal to the Raswin. So just follow the sentence, math, just to follow the math. All right, now Raswin would be paid a salary, or which means S is equal to what? Means is equal to 1/7 of, what is 1/7? 14.28% of what? Profit that remains after paying Raswin is salary. What is the meaning of this phrase? Right now here, the pink one. Profit that remains after paying the salary, nothing but P minus X. That's it. Nothing I did. Read that statement carefully. Put the words in perspective. This is what it is. And hence you are trying to say that 7x is equal to. This is all the opening sentence. Author was expecting that. Read carefully. Create that equation. Your task is technically done. That underlined statement, piece by piece I wrote. What is salary? Salary is X. Means what? Is equal to 14.28 means what? 1/7. What is the meaning of this phrase? This circled, big circled phrase. The meaning of this particular phrase is P minus X. Solve it. Therefore, you say that 7x is equal to P minus X. In other words, 8x is equal to P. Total profit is equivalent of 8 times the salary of this fellow. Okay, therefore, in the total profit, this profit, let me say this is the total profit. There are three people. There is Pradeep, there is Qureshi, and there is Raswin. Raswin is getting a salary of X out of this. Okay, then it is given that Qureshi's share is 200% more than Raswin's salary. 200% more means 3x. This guy is getting 3x. Hey, what is the total profit? 8x. Total profit is 8x. Out of 8x, X has gone to Raswin, X has gone to Raswin, 3x has gone to Qureshi. Therefore, how much is remaining? Remaining 4x has gone to Pradeep. Author is saying that if he is getting a share of 3x, what is this? If he is getting a share of 3x in the profit, if 3x is the share, his investment is equivalent to 6 lakhs rupees. If he invests 6 lakhs, then he gets 3x. 3x as the profit share. Then if somebody is getting 4x as the profit share, what should be his investment? 8 lakhs. Absolutely not a absolutely easy question, provided we get the first statement right. There will be always certain criticality the CAT looks at. That particular statement, am I able to discover or uncover? It is covered, it is there. All right, if I uncover that, the problem is over. Now think about it, how long it will take to write this. But the point is, analyzing this one statement is the complete criticality of this particular question. Hey, are you all learning something? Making sense? Making sense? That's all the level 2 about. Sometimes the level 2 is not about calculation intensive. It's just about the logic intensive. Logic, I need to get it right. Yeah. Okay. Getting it? Kanishth, what you didn't understand, Kanishth? It's writing the equation, no? Writing the equation. Are you, Kanishth, first tell me, are you preparing for CAT 21 or CAT 22? I'm asking you that question. If it is for CAT 22, don't attend this lecture. Don't attend. I'm telling you, don't attend. I will come to CAT 22, then you attend. Now don't attend. Right? It will simply reduce our speed of learning. Yeah. CAT 21. Since when you are preparing? Have you hit the level 2 kind of preparation? Or you just started 2 months back? If you started 2 months back, then don't attend. You may think that, sir, how many restrictions you are putting? Yeah, a point is because I'm saying that, hey, I'm talking between around 95 percentile now. I'm talking, most of the time I'm talking around 95 and more. That is the objective of the lecture. Okay, that is the objective of the lecture. So if I'm not able to understand at that level, it will not make sense. That's a point. At least understand. I'm not saying that you should be able to perform at that level. Understand at that level. These are the two different things. Understanding at that level is different from performing at that level. These are two different things. Let's separate them. Let us separate them. Okay, let's separate those issues. Okay, yeah. I at least want you to understand. Then you practice to perform. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, fine. Now, Kanishta, I will explain once again. This is the critical statement, right? This is the critical statement. So you need to understand that certain statements that come in the exam are language intensive. Yes, they are going to be language intensive, and we need to be mindful about it. What is the crux of this entire problem here? This statement. This particular statement, I'm underlining it in full to start with. That is it. This particular statement is what is important. This whole statement. Other than this, there is nothing in this particular statement. This is the crux of this particular statement. What is given to me? Analyze this particular statement. Let's assume that the Raswin salary is going to be X. Total profit is going to be P, whatever you want to take. You take another variable. Okay, so Raswin salary, I'm analyzing. Raswin would be paid as salary. So now salary is X, which is means what is equal to 14.28% off, which means 1/7 off means what into let off BODMAS off means what into 1/7 off. Now big sentence is coming. You need to be mindful about that. What is the big sentence? The big sentence is this: of the profit that remains. Profit that remains means what? Profit minus. That remains means minus. Profit that remains after paying Raswin his salary. What is the salary paid? This is the profit that remains after paying the salary. That's it. So over. This is all author wanted. So from here you get to know that P is equal to 8x. Fine. The total profit is 8x. Then go ahead and distribute it. Go ahead, distribute it. Making sense? Yeah. Okay, guys, where the discussion is going, don't give up, give up. Hey, don't suggest. Don't be suggestive. Don't be suggestive. Come on, let's mind our business. Yeah, I made my comment to Kanish. Don't worry about it. Don't make a war here. It's fine. We are all fighters. Let's fight it out. Yeah, I asked Kanish because I wanted to understand something. Because what if Kanish has just started 1 or 2 months back? Then I would suggest that, hey, don't struggle at this level. That's all the suggestion I wanted to give. But then he's been already preparing for 3-4 months. That's good. That's good. Just that he didn't understand one odd question. That's all. That's all right. We also don't understand one odd question. I also don't understand sometimes. What big deal about it? Let's not make a big deal about it. I also don't understand. That's a reality. Yeah, cool. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. Attempt, guys. Get back to the business. Back to the business. You do your part. Take 2 minutes. Crack this. Crack this. Beautiful cat question. Crack this. Kiran, these are not important for CMAT. CMAT doesn't ask at this level. Sonakshi, check your answer. Looks like you have done some calculation error. Guys, okay, now listen. This is the common trick played by the examiner. Most sometimes, right? I also was a victim sometimes in a hurry. See, look what he's saying. Look at the order. Listen, everybody listen here. Look at the order here. First he's talking cost price and then he's talking mark price. First cost price. First listen, everybody listen. Okay, I know that some of you get the answer, or if I give little more time, we will all get the answer. I know that, but I just have to cut you at around 2 minutes just because we need to be mindful about the amount of time we use together. I also need some time. Now look at the order. First is cost price and then mark price, the ratio. Now come to the second sentence. First is discount percentage, second one is profit, other way around. First all it, now cost price refers to profit, mark price refers to discount. It has given other way around. Even if you look at one of the questions that we did before, these are the common tricks played by the examiner. Now look at this, apples, bananas and chicus, whereas so apples and then chicus and then bananas. Now look at this. This is a common trick. Why? In a hurry, what we do? Apple, banana, chiku. Next also we'll think that apple, banana, chiku. Right? Now that's the usual. Because all the authors, good writers, all the good authors do not want to confuse the reader. All the good authors never confuse the reader. If I'm comparing two vehicles, let's assume that if I'm comparing Hyundai Motors with Maruti Motors, if I start my sentence saying Hyundai and Maruti, I will first speak about Hyundai and then I will give the details about Maruti. That is how any good author will speak. That is what is expected when you read a book. Otherwise, you'll stop reading that book saying that, hey, this guy doesn't look like organized. But in the exam, they want to be intentionally mix up the questions. Don't think that these fellows don't know about this. They know. And they know our psyche also. We know that by default, we think because we all use good books. So good books, it comes in the order. Therefore, we take it for granted. We think that everything is going in the order. Distort that order. It is very intentional strategy. Why do that? I have no idea, but this is what you find there. Be mindful about that. And that's one of the reasons we get wrong answers at times. At times, that is precisely one of the reasons we get the wrong answers. Now look at this. Okay, what is given to me? 4:5, because anyway the question is the percentage. Percentage is abstract in nature. Since it is abstract in nature, let me call it something like this. Let the cost price and mark price. Let the cost price be 80 rupees and the mark price be 100 rupees. Yeah, why? Because the ratio is 4:5. No sir, I will take 4x and 5x. I have absolutely no problem. You want to write it in variables 4x, 5x, so be it. I don't mind it. Okay. But anyway, because the question is abstract, as long as maintain this relationship, what is the relationship I should maintain? 4:5, I will be game. Okay. But then I can't make too many assumptions. One set of assumption I made. I can't keep making assumption here. Oh no, there is not too many assumptions. One set of assumptions. Fair enough. Okay. One of you are saying that 400, 500. Take whatever you come to your mind. Generally, because I'll just keep one of the numbers 100, works fine. All right, let's understand this. All right, I use this first 4 and 5. I got my cost price and mark price. Listen to me. Next one. Discount percentage is how much? 4x. I will say that 4x and 5x. Discount percentage is 4x. That is the discount percentage. Let me find out exactly what is the discount. Discount is with respect to mark price. Let me say what is the discount. Discount is equal to 4x% of 100. That is the discount. I'm finding out what is the absolute discount you are trying to give me, because I have the absolute mark price. So I will find the absolute discount. Hey, what is the absolute discount you want to give me? Because this is the discount percentage. This 4x is discount percentage. So therefore I'm finding it 4x% of 100, which is nothing but 4x. Okay, therefore somebody is giving me a discount of 4x on 100 rupees. 4x, I don't know what is the value of that, but that is the discount somebody is trying to give me. All right. Hey, what is the profit this trader is trying to make? The profit is 5x. Profit percentage, it's a profit or loss percentage. I don't know profit or loss percentage is going to be 5x. All right, be it profit or loss percentage. What is the profit or loss amount? Therefore, amount, I want absolute value, amount. Profit or loss amount is going to be 5x% of, because it's a percentage. 5x is percentage, 5x% of how much? 80 rupees. Why 80 rupees? Because cost price is 80 rupees. Upon simplification, I will get this as 4x, which means be it profit or loss, that is also 4x. The beautiful thing about this question is discount offered is 4x. Profit or loss is also equal to 4x. Money is same. Hey, look at the number line, my friends. Look at the number line. 80 rupees is here, which is called as the cost price. 100 rupees is here, which is called as the mark price. The discount value is same as the profit or loss value. It can never be loss. It has to be a profit, therefore, and that profit has to be in between. If I say this part is 4x, this part also will be 4x. Therefore, this middle value is called as 90. Why? Because this is discount. because this is discount is 4x. At the same time, profit is also 4x. Loss is not possible. Loss means you will write somewhere here, the selling price will be somewhere here. Hey, that cannot be possible, man. That cannot be possible, because after making a profit, what you reach? Selling price. After making a profit of 4x, where you reach? For selling price. After making a loss of, after giving a discount of 4x, where you will reach? Selling price. Both are converging to it. Therefore, you are saying that selling price is nothing but 90. Okay, in the sense, this is what you mean by 4x and 4x being matching. Fair enough. Sort this. Now the problem is technically over. Yeah, what is the answer? What is the profit or loss percentage? Profit percentage is equal to 10 upon 80. 1 by 8, we all know that that's nothing but 12.5%. 1 by 8, which is nothing but 12.5%. Is it making sense? Pretty simple questions. Understand the logic very clearly. They just go logical intense. No calculation intense. Look at the calculation. No calculation intense. Two kind of intense questions come. Logic intense versus calculation intense. Logic intense is what I am talking about. Logic we need to hold properly. It is not that we don't understand percentages. Get the crux of the problem correct. Understand the items properly. Making sense to someone here? Is someone learning here? Making sense? Yeah. Sonakshi, Chinmay, Ashutosh, Ripunjay, Srishti. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. That's good. Yeah, guys, by now you would have warmed up, start performing. Yeah, last question also some of you answered, but I don't know where you did the mistake. I just thought of reminding you that be careful about the order. Yeah, thanks Anupam. Good, yeah, good. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's move to the next one. Take 2 minutes. Everybody try and answer. You should be able to answer. Okay, guys, do it with me. One of the good questions, one of the very good questions, a critical one as well. Let's say that there are two toys and there is a cost price. There is a toy 1 and there is a toy 2. Do it with me, friends. Do it with me. Everybody do it with me. Let's say that the cost is X here. The CP cost price is X and the cost price is Y. Now, X and Y are natural numbers, naturally, because it's given that they're distinct integral cost price, which means they are natural numbers. The cost price of each toy is first increased by 30. The first thing what they did is they did X plus 30. And here also they did Y plus 30. Cool. All right. Y plus 30. And then by the same percentage as it was increased the first time. Okay, what is the percentage increase in the first case? All right. Let's take only one side to start with. Let's do X. Let's analyze on one side. Then we will come back and replicate on the other side. Let's understand. This is the first increase. This is the increase number 1. The value after the first increase. Okay, what is the value after the second increase? So second time how you are increasing? You are increasing this X plus 30 one time. So this whole value. So I want the cost price to be as it is. The increase is going to be 30 divided by x. That is the increase in the fraction form instead of percentage form, right? It is the increase there. Yeah, hi Rabindra, hello. Yeah. Sure. Calm down. Yeah. I'm acknowledging. I know. Yeah. Fine. So attend the lecture. We'll speak later. Okay, cool. Yeah, x plus 30, and then you are increasing it by 30 by x, right? You are increasing this by 30 by x. What is 30 by x? Think about this. Hey, there was a value which was 80. You increase this by 30. Let's say that the first increase is you increase this by 30. Fair enough. What is the percentage increase? It becomes 110, no doubt. What is the percentage increase? 30 divided by 80 into 100 in the percentage form. Fraction form is how much? 3 by 8. That is what I wrote here. 30 by x. That is what I wrote here. It is going to be 30 by x. This is all the crux of this particular matter. Now this is after increase 2, this has become the mark price. After the second increase, this value has now become the mark price, right? This is the mark price of the item. So what is this mark price of the item after the second increase? Okay, did you get this mark price? Is this clear, everybody here? Because that's all the crux of this particular question. After reading that, I will write x by 30, then I will write this. Finished. Yeah, after that the problem starts. In the sense, this is what you need to analyze after reading the question. Same story on the y side, but give me a confirmation on the x side. Is this story clear on the x side? The relationship between the cost price and mark price is clear. Cost price is x, mark price is this. That's all author wanted to tell. This is all he wanted to tell us. Right? This is the relationship between the cost price and mark price. That's a relationship. Yeah, good. Right. Very nice. Preet is also responding now. Okay. Yeah, so this is the relationship between cost price and mark price. Let's find out what is the relationship there. This is the cost price and this was the mark price. Now, what is the value of the mark price? 147. Apply that 147, and hence you are saying that x plus 30 times of x plus 30 times of, I'm just simplifying this. This is also x plus 30. X plus 30 by x upon simplification is equal to 147. Hey, why 147? Because mark price is 147. Because the mark price is nothing but 147. This is what you are kind of writing. Simplify this. Therefore you write this as x square plus, right? You write x plus 30 whole square. If you want to quickly understand this, this is x plus 30 whole square is equal to 147x. Calculation might take some time out here because the numbers seems to be a little larger, and hence you say that x square plus 60x plus 900 is also equal to 147x, and which would become 87x. Let me simplify this on this side. X square minus 87x plus 900 is equal to 0. Get me two factors, guys, which will work on this 87. Check it out. Any two factors which work on this? Is there anything that works on this quickly? No. Break this and check that the difference becomes this particular number. Yeah, thanks, Saj. 75 and 12. Cool. X minus 75, x minus 12 is equal to 0. Great. Therefore, you say that x can be taken as 75 or x can be taken as 12. Very simple. Listen to me. You just solved one question. You got both the answers. One of them is 75. The other one is 12. That's it. One of them, listen very carefully, right? One of them is 75. The other one is 12. You may wonder, how do you know the other one, sir? No, look at the both values. The same thing, you will start with y. Again, you will get the same answer because exactly same calculation you would have done here, except that in place of x, you would have had a y here. That's it. Exactly same calculation you would have done. Precisely same calculation you would have done. And you would have said that y will be equal to 75 and 12. If you take x is equal to 75, you won't take y is equal to 75. Naturally, you will take a different value there. Therefore, 75 on one hand, 12 on the other hand. Required answer is 75 minus 12, which is equal to 63. That is the answer to this particular question. Comfortable? Everybody clear? You did one question and you got the other one also. Yeah. For whom it took more than 2 minutes, Sonakshi? You tried to solve and you said that you took more than 2 minutes. That's what you were trying to tell. I didn't get it. It took more than 2 minutes. Means what? Okay, you tried to solve and you got more than 2 minutes. Yeah, it might take some time. Surely. because it's a logic intensive. You will understand, it takes time to understand. These are the kind of questions we're discussing, and we need to develop skill at that level, right? We need to keep that in mind, and we need to ensure that, hey, there would be 5 to 6 questions which would come at that particular level in the exam. There must be, because that these are the separators. They will separate us from the rest, right? There are always 5 to 6 questions going to be at this level. 25% of the paper is going to be at this level. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Fine, let's move on. I hope it's you guys are learning something. Let's move on. Any doubts on this? Any doubt on this? Explain for why, how it becomes 147. Why? Sahil, read question carefully. After the second increase, I'm underlining it. Follow it. I'm underlining it. After the second increase, it is saying, right? After the second increase. Yeah, so it's saying here, now read the sentence. After the second increase, the price of each toy got increased to 147. Each, right? It is given, no? Each has increased to 147. So therefore, you do the same calculation on the other side. Instead of x, you will have y. Made sense? Made sense? Is this clear? Yeah. Yeah, Vishal, if you are late, what you do is I suggest you after this, you go back to this particular lecture and do it. All right, not right now. Not right now, after this. Now go with the flow for the rest of the questions, and after that you go back to this particular question, also the questions which came before this, and do that. Okay, yeah. So otherwise it will be unfair to others, right? Think about others' perspective. It would be unfair to others. Now look at this climatic change question. Question on climatic change, right? We have COP26 summit, and here is a question based on this. Here is a question based on this, which came in CAT long time back, because they are aware that these climatic issues are there. They are kind of already aware of this long time back, and they had a question on this, which is the hot topic today. Yeah. Sahil, from 12, when you are increasing to 30, what is the percentage increase? 30 by 12, right? Increase by the same percentage. 30 by 12 is the percentage increase. Yeah. So increase that number by that percentage. Of course, it becomes 147, man. Why you are getting confused? Second time you will increase by the same percentage. First time you increased by 30 by 12. Second time also you increase by 30 by 12. When you increase by the same percentage, the value becomes 147. Are you getting it? You don't increase by 30. You increase by 30 by 12 percentage. Now you got it. What? Very good. Yeah, okay, let's do that. It requires some time, as I told you in the beginning. Don't blame me for it. Yes, these questions sometimes do require some time, but I want you to give the exposure that, hey, we need to be mindful about these kind of questions, not just all other kind of questions. There are 25% of the questions in the paper, 25 to 30%, which would tease us like this. All right, now they would tease us like this, and it's all about our preparedness to tackle them. It's all in the mind and a little bit of practice. Fair enough. Let's take a look at this particular question. what is happening? There was some problem, right? There is some problem with respect to the exhaust, and hence instead of the norm being 0.02 percentage, already it increased to 10%. And the technicians are working at the back end. The technicians are working at the back end, and every day they're reducing it by 40%. 40% of the pollutants are getting cleaned up. Every day they are working, whatever be the pollutants, solid be it carbon dioxide, monoxide, whatever they are working on. So they are working on it and they're reducing it, bringing down by 40% on every single day. And hence they are saying that by what day again they can, which means these technicians can restore it to the normalcy. What is normalcy? Anything less than 0.02 percentage is normalcy. How do I write it? As of now, you understand it, as of now it is 10%. Okay, as of now this is 10%. How much they are reducing every day? They are reducing by 40%. If the reduced to 40% is the reduction, then what is the output? Reduction is 40%. Therefore, how much? So it is going to be 40% is what? 2 by 5. If the reduction is 2 by 5, then what is going out? All it is nothing but 1 minus 2 by 5. So which is nothing but 3 by 5. They are bringing it to the level of 3 by 5. How many days they are working it like this? Some n days. Compounding effect. It was observed that it was at 10%. Day 1, they brought it down to 60. They reduced by 40% means they brought it down to 60% of 10% exhaust. So next day what happened? Another 60% on this, another 60% on this. How many days? No idea. Some n days. Therefore I say that 3 by 5 raised to power n should be what? This should be less than or equal to 0.02 percentage. After reading this question, author is expecting that you will construct this first. All right, the moment you read this particular question, of course you will take some time, read it, and then you understand it. Okay, what author is saying is, man, this is the equation which needs to be solved. Is this clear now? This part is clear, this equation is clear, because that's a starting point. The task is done. If you got that point, then the task is over technically. It's all about resolving it. This is clear. Okay, Isha says fine. Anybody else? This is clear to you? Yeah. Okay. Good. Yes, if the reduction is 40%, all right, if the reducing is 40%, which means that whatever was there, if you reduce by 40%, then the output is 60%, right? Output is still 60%. 60% of whatever it was. Assume that, okay, if somebody, the price is something, I reduce it by 40%, which means how much you are paying? You are paying 60%. Clear? Yeah, that is all it is, right? Therefore, if the reduction is 40%, then that's what reduce is nothing but take a price. If the price of the item is decreased by 40%, then how much you end up paying? 60%. That's what I'm writing here, 60%. Right, 60%. Fair enough. Okay, that is where we are. Now solve it. While solving it, you might require some logarithms. That is what he says. First of all, the percentage symbol doesn't make sense. Percentage is out, and you can take the 10 to the other side, and you can make this as 2 divided by 1000. Okay, what did I do? I just transferred this 10 to the other side of it. So technically this is 2 by 100, therefore it has become 2 by 1000. And on the other hand, you have 3 by 5 raised to power n. I will take logarithm on both the sides. Hey, why you are taking logarithm on both the sides? Look at the hint. Author only said take log 2 and log 3 and finish this deal, man. All right, I will take it. I will take log on this particular side, also the log on the other side as well. We will take log on both the sides. So once you take log on both the sides, we know a little bit of logarithms. So therefore I say that basics of logarithm is required in every chapter. Percentage mixed with logarithm. You want to call this as a logarithm question or percentage question, doesn't matter to me. So basics need to be there. Valid basics we all need to equally understand. Depth is a different issue, but the basics we don't have a choice. Okay, n times of log 3, therefore you're writing it as log 3 minus log 5. So you can write this as log 3 minus, you can also write this as 6 by 10 to start with. This is better. Why 6 by 10? Because I want to make use of 2 and 3 here. Although it was 3 by 5, I would rather prefer to write it as 6 by 10. 6 can also be written as 2 into 3. 6 can also be written as 2 into 3. Therefore, you write this as log 3 plus log 2. Okay, I will write 2 only first. Log 2, log 3 minus log 10 on this side. On the other side, you have log 2 minus log 1000. We know the basics of logarithm, quotient rule you applied, and this is what you end up getting. This is what you end up getting. We can resolve this easily. So log 2 value is given, log 3 value is given, add them. Maybe the first two digits are fine. There is a 47 and there is a 30, all right, which would become 87. I'm just adding up these two particular numbers. This has become 0.77 or 0.78, just approximated 0.78, minus log 10 to the base 10 is nothing but 1. On the other hand, you have it as log 2. Log 2 you take it as 0.30. Log 1000 is nothing but 3. All right, this is 0.3 minus 3. All right, on the other side you have it as, because it's a 10 cube, 10 cube is nothing but 3. 10 cube is nothing but 3. Fair enough. So multiply both sides by -1, you get this as 0.22. N times of 0.22 is greater than or equal to, I just multiplied on both the sides by this, so therefore 0.22 is greater than 2.7. Therefore n is greater than or equal to 270 divided by 22. In other words, this is also nothing but 135 divided by 11. 11 one time and 11 one time 11, then you have 25. I hope you are making it right? Okay, so then you have 11 2 times 2 point something. Therefore by the 13th day, by the end of 13th day, they achieve their objective. That's your answer. In the box you have to write 13. At the end of how many days? At the end of 13 days they have achieved their objective. Fair enough? Clear about this? A little bit of logarithm comes in the picture. It's only a solving time, no big deal, just about a solving time. Once you get this equation right, we all know the basics of logarithms. We manipulate a little bit here and there, and then we will get to the answer. Good? Good. Am I helping someone here? Are you learning something, everybody? Kishan, you can't do by any other method. How do you solve this? The very basic, solid, very way to understand the power. Whenever power is unknown, we have to use logarithm. That's what we learned in the high school, right? What is the introduction to logarithm chapter? First introduction is when the power is unknown, that's when we need the logarithm. That is the first thing your teacher says. Yeah, that is what it is. That is what we are also trying to do here. Okay, whenever the power is unknown, we all resort to logarithms. That is the first thing in the high school the teachers say. Class 9, logarithm, when it gets introduced, that is the first thing you hear from the teacher's mouth. Yeah, cool, all right. Because they have to tell why we have to learn logarithms. Yep. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yes, guys, go ahead. I don't think so, Kishan. I don't think so, because the power is unknown. How do you find that whether 12th day, 13th day, 10th day? You can't know, because that is all the basic equation you will have. Go back to that equation. Nobody can write a different equation. Then how do you find the power? You have to approximate it. We can do the calculation, but the 13th power, 12th power and all are challenging, right? Small powers, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, they will not give. In the exam also, sometimes the answer are second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, they will not give, because they expect that third power, fourth power and all we will do by ourselves, but not the 13th power. That doesn't make sense. It looks inhuman. 13th power of the number that you take doesn't make sense. Got the point? Don't expect any log values if it is a third, fourth, fifth kind of day. Up to 5 days, no log value. Yeah. Fine. All right. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. Yeah, good Muskan, that's right. Yeah. So upon entering, the person observed that this is what is happening to them and all this. Okay, there is a P, they are in GP, P, Q, R, and S. All right, the P value, let us call it as A, and therefore this is AR, this is AR square, and this is AR cube, something like that, right? If the first value is A, the next one is AR, the next one is AR square, the next one is AR cube. That's what the person has observed. The common ratio seems to be same between the numbers, but the price of R was so much less. Okay, what is this particular number? 35 by 9% means what? 30 into this 270 and another 5. 275 by 9 into 100. Mathematically, if I express this whole figure mathematically, fraction form of this number is 275 divided by 9. Upon simplification, 25 11 times, 25 11 times, and 24 4 times. Therefore 11 divided by 36, that much less, which means if P and Q add up to 36, R was 11 less, which means the value of R was 25. That's all author wanted to tell. If you add the prices mentioned on P and Q, these two toys, then if it represents 26, R was 11 less, because this word stands for less. 11 less means what? 11 less means 26 minus 11, it was 25. That is what author is trying to confirm. Fair enough. Then from here, what do I do? You understand that this particular ratio is known. A plus AR divided by AR square is equal to 25 divided by 36 divided by 25. This is 36 divided by 25. I substituted there some of these two values, A plus AR. What is that? It is equivalent of 36. What is AR square? It is equivalent of 25. Simplify them. A gets cancelled throughout. Therefore 1 plus R divided by R square is equal to 36 divided by 25. Becomes a quadratic. It becomes a quadratic. We can resolve for the roots of this particular quadratic. Therefore you say that 36R square minus 25R plus minus 25 is also equal to 0. Get the roots. I think Muskan, you should have known the roots here. What is the value of R? Can you tell me quickly the value of R, because you kind of solved it? $45 and 20. I think one of them should be okay. 45 is positive, 45 and 20 is working. Okay, and then you are saying that okay, one value is 45 divided by 36, or R is equal to 20 divided by minus 20 divided by 36. Got it? Minus 20 divided by 36. All right. Yeah, common ratio cannot be negative. Common ratio cannot be negative. You may wonder, what is the problem with common ratio becoming negative, sir? Because if the common ratio is negative, one price will be positive, another price will be negative, next one would be positive, next one would be negative. Then you will observe the numbers as positive, negative, positive, negative. That does not happen, right? That does not happen. Okay, therefore you say that this is going to be the common ratio, and then you say that the common ratio is 5 divided by 4. That's enough, guys. That's enough. So where I want to move from Q to S. I want to move from Q to S. The gap between Q to S, there is a R also. The gap between Q to S will be 5 by 4 whole square. 5 by 4 whole square. Bottom will be symbolic of Q, top will be symbolic of R. Therefore 25 divided by 16. How much more? The question is asking about mark price of S in the percentage. How much more? More is how much? Denominator is 16, the numerator is 9 more. 9 divided by 16 is what we are talking about, 56.25. Don't try to find what is the value of A therefore. Doesn't matter. How much more it will be between A and S. What is the gap? A is anyway cancelled. The gap is R square. Figure that out. Therefore 5 by 4 square, you do it, you will get the symbolic values, and that's where you are done. Making sense? Yeah, clear? Devang is asking, what method did you use? You can tell Muskan what method you used. Devang is very curious. He's thinking that there is some divine method behind it. Yeah. No divine method, then we will go further. Okay. I don't think there is any divine method behind it. This is the method. All right. This is the method. Okay. Whoever has done, whatever has done, that's a method. All right. Let's go to the next one, Devang. Everybody. Go ahead. Answer this, guys. By now you are in a solid position to answer them. Now I'm lightening it a little bit. Solve, everybody solve. SICI, everybody's forte, everybody's strength. Yeah, good. Nice. I will wait for a couple of minutes. Go ahead, put your answers. I'm seeing that okay, most of you are putting your answers. Very nice. Very good. Good. Superb. Very good. Yeah, last couple of questions you perform. I'm lightening it a little bit because I know that okay, it could be too dense at times. So answer this. Very nice. Very good. Very good. Yeah, 75 Swadon seems to be the right answer here. That's the right answer. Yeah, some of these CAT questions had the answer options. I intentionally removed it because in today's world, they can come as the form of theta questions as well. Very good. All right. Nevertheless, since most of you are getting it, no worries. So I will nevertheless quickly share this. So I know that, okay, for the second year, this is the interest only for the second year. There is a first year. There is an interest for the first year. There is a compound interest for the second year. There is a compound interest for the third year. Author is saying that for the second year alone, this particular number is 3000. Okay, and for the third year alone, it is going to be 3600. He is not considering the first year part, only second year and the third year. Okay, so how is this 600 extra came? In the sense, third year I can write it as 3000 plus another 600. So in the sense, this 3000 is matching with this 3000. So this 600 is a function of this particular 3000 because the earlier amount of the second year interest for the second year has become active for the third year, and hence that is giving 600, which means 20%. What is this 20% rate of interest? Therefore, now you got that, hey, what percentage of 3000 becomes 600? That's all you are curious about, and you quickly understand that it is 20% of 3000, which becomes 600. In other words, we all know how to do that calculation. Shouldn't be a problem. 20% of 3000 is nothing but 600. We got that part. Fair enough. Now, how do I get this 3000? Therefore, now author is interested in what? Hey, will you tell me what was the principal, man? How much money? What was the principal already which Bimal has borrowed, right? What amount he has taken? So that is nothing but what? Second interest for the second year is 3000. How do you get it? You get the interest for the second year as principal. You get the interest on the principal, R% of the principal plus R percentage of principal. What is this R% of principal? This is the interest for the first year. All right, now that's the interest for the first year. So R percentage of the principal, you will get the interest on the principal and interest on the interest. All right, this is the interest for the first year. This whole stuff is interest on interest for the first year, which has technically become 3000. In this 3000, I know the value of R percentage. R percentage is nothing but 1 by 5, which I can happily substitute to arrive at P is equal to 75,000. P becomes 75,000. Wherever R is there, write 1 by 5. Your task is technically done. Pretty simple question. Very nice. Most of you answered it. Very good. Perform on the next one as well in a similar fashion. Yeah, very popular question. I did level 2 on this. Now I'm stepping down one level. Quickly do this. In the arithmetic 1, we did the critical question built on the same concept. This is one level below that. Answer, everybody answer within 2 minutes. Okay guys, let's do this. What this grandmother has done is something like this, right? For the first grandchild, C1, let me write it as C1. Do it with me, everybody do it with me. Somewhere you have taken a little more time. I don't know why you are taking time here. For the first child, this is the sequence of operation. She gives 6 apples and 20%. 6 plus 20. Of course, there is a number plus here. I'm not writing that plus because I just need that space. Yeah, 6 and 26 and also plus 20. Fine. To the second grandchild, what she is doing? She is giving 9 and 20% of remaining. Of course, the word is remaining. 20% of remaining. Third grandchild, is giving 8 plus 20% of remaining. And the fourth grandchild, she gave all the 60 and she has nothing. All right, which means after this here 16 were left. Now I'm doing it reverse. I'm bringing the 16 here. What was the 16 left? After dealing with the third grandchild, she gave 20% to the third grandchild and 16 were left, which means the 16 is a symbolic of 80%. 80%, because after you give 20%, now I'm going backward like this. I do the journey like this. From there I go here, then I come here, then from here I go here, then I come, all right, from here I go to this place and then come here and then I will stop here, what she started with. I'm doing backward. Okay, 80% is a symbolic of 16, therefore I write the 100%. What is 100%? 20. 20 were there, she gave 20% of this 4 and then she was left with 16. Just going backward, let me write the numbers quickly. Once you understand that logic, this 60 becomes 12, 12 plus 8, 20 plus 8, 28. Then you start with this 28. 28 is what? Symbolic of 80%, because she gave 20% here. It is a symbolic of 80%. Therefore, what is 100%? I'll let you say that it is 35. 35 plus 9, all right, which becomes 44. Now the 44 were left. What is this 44? Symbolic of 80%. Okay, therefore what was the number before this? 55. 55 plus say for 6, how much? 61. Nothing. This is a question which is built on going backward integration. Start from the back and quickly write down these particular numbers, because writing for 20% and 80% is very, very easy. So therefore quickly write these numbers. Within a minute you kind of get the answer. Sure, reading will take some time. After that, just organize the data and quickly go back and draw the numbers in the backward direction. You are moving in the reverse direction. That's very, very important there. You got to be traveling back backward to attain the questions faster. There will be questions which needs to be done like this, but in one question that we did in the previous lecture, there were variables. Last value was not given. In that case, you have to necessarily do the forward integration where you will get certain pattern. Okay, is it making sense? Everybody clear about this? All good on this particular question? Yeah. All good. Just you got to do the backward integration. Very popular approaches in CAT, ZAT, IIFT, whatever it is. Right? Backward integration is one of the very popular approaches. Many times such questions have come in various ways, different ways. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Work on this particular question fast. Two minutes. Very popular question again. We did in the last lecture one similar to this. Concept wise similar, application wise different. Okay, are you guys closer to the answer? Any which ways, let's do this together. Let's do this together. It might require a little more time because there could be a little bit of calculation here and there. Any which ways, do it with me. We already kind of know this particular concept. So what we know, so one, the price. Let's quickly get on to the price issue here. The price, actual price is actuals here. Actual price is supposed to be AB. A is a digit of a number. B is another digit of a number because everything is a two-digit number here. Okay, then quantity. Quantity, let us say that CD, actual quantity sold, actual price, and the actual quantity sold, let us call it as CD. But these were the actuals. But what happened, which means what he has done, basically what he went on to do. So he, while noting it down, what did he note down? So while noting it, what did he note? He put it as BA. Instead of putting it as AB, he went on to put the price as BA. What he has done on the quantity, similarly, he went on to write it as DC and he calculated the amount. Price into quantity is equal to amount, and he went on to calculate the amount, which turned out to be 1464. This is what this person has done technically. Okay, now the question is, hey, what is this amount? That is what they are concerned about. You tell me, you please tell me this, right? I am giving you this and I want you to tell you this. That is this whole question is about. Okay, another premise which is given. So another number which is given is this 45. So what has happened? Let us say that when this person went into the bookstore, opening balance, let's call it as the opening balance. The opening balance was X, 2-digit number, 3-digit number, whatever it is. The morning when this person, shop manager, went into it, counted all the books, how many are left on that particular rack. He found out that there were X books, opening balance. How many he sold? He actually sold a CD. he sold CD books, right? Yeah, this is what has technically happened. How many books should have been left now? Let's come to it later. Okay, then again, so but then what he has done, opening balance is X. What did he subtract? He subtracted DC. So therefore, what is the closing balance? Right now I'm writing the closing balance here. The closing balance is Y, but on the bookshelf he is finding Y plus 45. Understand this very carefully. There is an opening balance and there is a closing balance. I'm saying that the opening balance is X. Opening balance is X and he sold CD books. However, while noting it down, X is the opening balance, closing balance he put it as DC. He reversed the digits here, DC, and hence the book is showing this. The book says that his record, let's call it as a chart, otherwise we'll get confused. The chart says that Y books are on the shelf. On the shelf there are Y books. But when he counted, he realized that on the shelf there are 45 more than what the chart is telling. Therefore, on the shelf there are 45 more. Meaning what? Meaning CD is smaller than DC. CD is less than DC. DC is the larger number. DC is big. This number is bigger, larger when compared with CD. Why? Because this is a smaller number. You compare a smaller number, you get the better difference in the denominator. And hence author is trying to say that, look man, the CD was the smaller number. What is subtracted, DC, was a bigger number, and hence the chart is showing the small quantity left out. Right? That is what it is, which implies C is less than D. Alright, C is also less than D. If CD is less than DC, we know that C is less than D. The number is how much? 45. Then we know that the difference between a number and the number formed by reversing its digits. Okay, this is CD here and this is here. What is this here? The difference is how much? 40. What is that you are trying to say? DC minus CD is equal to 45. We know this concept very well. 9 times of D minus C is equal to 45. Therefore, difference between the digits is nothing but 5. If the difference between the digits is 5, what is that you are trying to say here? If the value of C is 1, because CD is the number of items sold. If the value of this is 1, then this is 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4, 9. Right? These are the 4 values that he would have put in here, which means in place of DC, he has put either 61 or 72 or 83 or 94. Okay, you don't have to write all this. While explaining, I'm writing, you don't have to write all this. Fair enough. Now let me go here. Let me go to this 1464. If I write 61, is there anything that I can write so that this becomes 1464? That is what I'm concerned about. Is there something that I can write? First, let's find out what is this 1461, by the way, right? It on the face of it, it looks like it is divisible by 4 or 8. Let me divide by 4. 4 into 4 3 times 12, and then you say the 26. Therefore 4 6 times, and then 4 6 times 366. Fair enough. Let me further divide this. This number seems to be divisible by 6. Therefore 4 into 6 into 61. Okay, I got 61. If this is 61, 6 into 4 is nothing but 24. All right, so this number has become 24. 24 into 61. At the same time, try and see that is there 72 possible, 83 possible, 94 possible. You realize that hey, none of these numbers are possible. Therefore there is a unique answer to this, and hence you are now trying to say that DC value is 61, BA value is 24, and when you go back and write what is CD, CD is going to be 16. I'm writing CD here. BA is going to be 42. Therefore the required answer is 42 into 16. Required answer is this, which is equal to 672. That is what I am supposed to be writing there. Comfortable? Everybody is clear about this question? It's basically built on the premise that the difference between a number and the number formed by reversing its digits is divisible by 9. Once we know that, it is playing little bit with those particular numbers. Hey, all this explanation. This is a story. What I wrote on this particular side is a story. This is the working which is required. The rest of it is a story. All right, if you ask me, hey, what was this, all this X opening balance, closing balance, that is only to help you to understand quickly so that you will not ask me too many doubts. You don't have to think that there is an opening balance, closing balance, X is there, Y is there. Hey, you just understand that after reading this question, you kind of realize that CD, directly you hop on to this particular place. CD is less than DC. That's it. You directly start your understanding here. CD is less than DC. Therefore, you say that the difference between D and C is 5. You come to this statement, D and C is 5. You get this chart, 4 symbolic values it can take, and proceed to find out which one works for you. That is how the working would kind of look like. Okay, did you all learn something today? I will tell you what we'll do tomorrow. Are we all learning something today? Today, did we learn something? I think I spent close to 80 minutes. 75 to 80 minutes. Yeah. Only 3 of you, is it? Chinmay, Sonakshi, Ashutosh. Oh, good. All right. That would be encouraging. At least, all right, if you have learned something, just put it in the chat. All right, that would be nice to understand from my perspective also. Sometimes you got to think from my perspective also, guys. Yeah. You can't think only from your perspective. I mean, I'm not saying that, okay, therefore you should simply write something in the comment. No, I didn't mean. If you have genuinely learned something, you can always acknowledge. That's what I meant. All right, so quickly before I conclude this, yes, if anybody is looking at ZAT22, that is happening in the month of Jan. Anybody is looking at ZAT22, the batch has started just yesterday. Some of the good educators have taken this particular batch. You can kind of try and think about that. And anybody is here for CAT22, I'm not sure. There may not be, just in case if you're there, there is a new batch which is starting for CAT22, which started yesterday. You can take a look at this. Yeah, and on 6th of November, if anybody is looking at Snap, you can try and look at this. See, all this comes with the subscription fees, right? Subscription fees, 6 months, 12 months, 8 months, all that stuff. Yeah. And if you use any of the educator code, including my code, if you use the educator code on all these subscription fees, you will get 10% discount. Right, you do get 10% discount on this. Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to look for 24 months offer, 18 months offer. Check what makes better sense to you to get the structured courses at various levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, different levels on different topics. Yeah. But I rather prefer, all right, if I were you, I would rather recommend you to go for the iconic subscription, because you will get 25 one-to-one mentoring sessions. And here you get 50 mentoring sessions and 100 mentoring sessions. Reason, what do we do in those kind of mentoring sessions? You can take up the discussion with respect to your test preparation. You can take up with respect to which books to refer, which books not to refer, or it can be the doubts, or you can take up with any of your educators. You can fix up these one-to-one meetings, right? You can talk about your, you can strategies, how you want to approach different exams, when you should write those particular exams, or it can be your interview question sometimes, right? What should I answer for this kind of interview question, which comes up? This is my background, this is my profile, how I should answer. All such discussions can be taken up in this one-to-one discussions. Yeah, what we also do is tomorrow, so I will take 2 lectures tomorrow, one at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. I don't call it as a lecture. 4 p.m. just how do we plan ourselves for the last 15 days. How you need to plan mindfully the last 15 days, which is very, very important. I thought that I will just speak about it based on the guidance I've given in the last decade or so to the different students, what kind of work there. So you can attend this at 4 p.m. I will just keep it to 30 minutes to 40 minutes. If you have a questions, I will definitely answer them. But yes, it's very, very important to guard our thoughts in the last 15 days. I will speak a little bit about it and what your preparation plan should be. The 80-20 rule, we call it. Last 2-3 weeks, we follow that 80-20 rule. I will just remind you about what is that 80-20 rule, where I should focus, where I should not focus. Then again, we'll come back at 10 p.m. in the night. 10 p.m. in the night, and we'll continue arithmetic 3. All right, arithmetic 3, maybe 3 and 4 will finish. Then we'll go to permutation, combinations, and numbers, something like that. We will try and see. Right, yeah. So we will do the arithmetic 3 tomorrow, where we'll speak a little bit about time, speed, distance, time, and work. Could be some things like that. Okay. So if you have liked these particular lectures, before leaving, mark that like, and then if you have liked it, if you have genuinely liked it, mark that like, and you can share it with others, and press the subscription, the bell, whatever, so that when we start the lecture, you will be notified. That's pretty much about it from me. And if you guys have any queries here, you can put it in the chat. Otherwise, I will close the lecture, and I will see you guys tomorrow evening at 4 in the evening. Yeah. So if any concern, you can put there. Yeah. Oh, is it so, Prem? All right. Prem is giving some breaking news. All right. All right. All right. Muskan, yes, there will be. What I'll do is I will try to make that folder and try to pass it in the Telegram group. Let me see. Let me see. I will ask somebody to do it, and I will let us post it. Okay. Good night, Sonakshi, Isha, Ashutosh, Chandni, Muskan, Prem. Hey, nice that you guys were here. You guys were here, very encouraging to me as well. I enjoyed your company. I'm hoping that you guys also enjoyed as much as I enjoyed. I will catch you guys at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, Preet. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Good night, guys. Good night. Good night. Yeah, good night. Stay fit. Stay blessed. Good night.